My special guest in the morning, ladies and gentlemen, Samantha Bond! Hey! What does your name mean in Japanese? Anyway?
I haven't a clue, but I can say in Japanese, watashi wa Samantha Bond-san.
Really? My name is Samantha Bond.
Yeah. And I can also say, watashi wa Igirisu joyu desu, which means I am an English actress. So there, that's my showing off for the morning.
That's very good,
Yeah.
very good. Now, I had the great pleasure of meeting Samantha a couple of years ago at a bowel cancer fundraiser hosted by the late, great Jeremy Beadle. And now the one-time Miss Moneypenny is putting her name to another good cause. It's the world's biggest coffee morning. It's in aid of Macmillan cancer support, hence the mugs on our desk today, uniformly for Macmillan. So I'll just turn that around to our camera. Stuck to the big bright orange desk.
Oh, very good.
What's the score? What's it about then? How
Well, it's happened once a year for, I think, the last 4 or 5 years. And it's a morning to raise awareness for Macmillan and the work that they do, and also to raise money. Last year, there were 2 million people across Britain involved in drinking coffee, and they raised 7.5 million. So this year, we and Macmillan would like to raise 8 million. It's an amazing amount of money, and all by having a cup of coffee. And it happens at work, or you can invite your friends to your house. My daughter's school are having a cake sale. You can do whatever you like, and this year it's on Friday. And it's not too late. You can just simply go to work tomorrow and say, let's do it on Friday, and put £1 in, you know, a mug. Or...
Well, when you think about how much you spend at these high street coffee shops, I mean, and there's one on every high street, so they must be making money. When you're charging £2.75, £3 plus for a coffee, it does make you think.
Yeah. And also you can do it with people. This is another message that, that we'd like to get out and about, is that sometimes when you have cancer, it can be a very isolating experience. You find yourself alone, you're experiencing something that other people around you don't understand. And just to get into a group, to talk to people, if we can get that message out, that would be great as well. So kind of celebrating your cup of coffee and raising money and raising awareness.
Or tea. You can have tea as well. It doesn't have to be
There
coffee.
are people who are having... world's greatest coffee morning curry evening. So you're allowed to go on variations of the theme.
Ed's eyes light up.
Yeah. And there are wonderful... There's a Cornish male voice choir who have traditionally supported coffee morning, but they happen to be in Kent on Friday, so they're going to have a Cornish male voice choir in Kent coffee morning. So you can do exactly what you want to do. And what would be lovely as well is, if you have the time, to register online, which is www.macmillan.org.uk/coffee. Thank you very much. Then we have an idea of... No, I can't do that in Japanese. Then we have an idea of how many people are actually joining in, because it would be amazing if we knew that 5 million people across Britain had actually raised a cup of coffee.
See, what comes across is, you know, I think people can tell you're not paid to do this. You do it because you want to do it. Why do you want to do it? Why do you want to get this message out?
The work that Macmillan do is extraordinary, absolutely extraordinary. We are all probably familiar with the idea of the Macmillan nurses, who are incredible individuals who guide and nurture people who are very ill. But with the advance in modern medicine, whereas Macmillan used to be sort of support for the dying, it's now a charity very much supporting people living with cancer. There are 2 million people in this country living with cancer.
Yeah, if you stop work because you need treatment, you've got to pay for transport to and from where your treatment might be. You've got to put food in your mouth, keep your family afloat if you've got kids. It's a huge strain, apart from dealing with the disease.
Well, this is what Macmillan... That's why it's cancer support. So there's practical, emotional, financial support. There are phone lines. I had an amazing thing recently with a teenage son, a friend of my daughter's, who wanted support, and they've got websites that the teenage kids, either with cancer or whose parents, you know, are living with cancer, and they can go online and support one another.
Some kind of support, which is kind of something we were talking about.
It's the most incredible website to go to.
Tory's going to put some money into this. Can you do this when you're in power? Yeah? Put a bit more money into Macmillan?
Well, I can't speak for...
Go on, say yes. Say yes, go on. Do something good today, Ed.
Well, what I would say is... I did something good yesterday, and I'll try and do something good today. But what I would say is that we're huge supporters of the voluntary sector, and that's the key point. We believe a lot of welfare, if you like, can be delivered by...
When people have got cancer and they're having to get their way through work, put food on the table and stuff like that, that charities are the main source of support. It can't be right, can it? Can it?
Well, I think it is right, actually. I'd like to see a lot more charities delivering welfare. I think they're much better. They provide much better kind of bespoke solutions. You know, as an MP, The main problem I have is people coming into my surgery having trouble with tax credits or the child support agency or whatever. And if you allow local charities to deliver these kind of benefits, they can deliver benefits that suit the individual person.
Macmillan do have a benefit helpline that so you can call in and they'll give you all the advice you need on finding.
There are loads of organisations that we think might be government-run, but are actually charities that exist on people's goodwill. Citizens Advice Bureau being another very good example.
OK. Got to move on. Just before we do, though, Miss Marple, I know you're in the next series when it appears on ITV. When are we going to see it?
I don't know. They've still got one more to do. It's the first series with Julie Mackenzie being Miss Marple, who is gorgeous at it. I mean, it's just a beautiful performance. And they've done 4 films this year, and I would imagine it would start going out around Christmas.
Christmas time. Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. Lovely to have you here once
Lovely
again.
to be here.
Lovely to have you at home with us as well. Let's tell you about today's show.